2, it's 100,000 up to 250. Now, this is important, especially when it comes to our different underwriting programs that we do offer. We have an underwriting express program for face amounts up to 250 and below, and for clients 65 and younger. And basically what this means is when the application comes to American National, we run a MIB and script check on that case, and if there are no red flags, you're looking at a pretty quick turnaround time. But of course, if there's anything in there that raises a red flag, it could prompt further underwriting, such as requesting blood work and things like that. It's also important with this product in particular, due to the return of premium feature that's included with the product, because depending on what face amount they have, it's going to depend on how much premiums are actually going to have returned back to them. And also, this quick note with our Underwriting Express program, face amounts 250 and below, they do have to have a standard rating if they're going to apply for that Underwriting Express. Now, this is also new. It kind of goes with our Underwriting Express program, but it's for face amounts over 250,000. It's our table reduction program, and it is just specific to this life product only. We do not have this with our IUL or our term product. Basically, what this means is if you have a client that's rated tabled 1 through 4, and the face amount's over 250,000, then if they fall under one of our list of illnesses that got them tabled 1 through 4, then they'll come away with a standard rate class. And basically, let me see here, trying to find a list of those qualifying illnesses, and these are them right there. Probably some of the more common ones that you're going to find out there, such as blood pressure, build is a really big one, sleep apnea, also diabetes is listed on there as well, that do qualify for our table reduction program. So not only do you have Underwriting Express with this program for those face amounts that's 250 and below, but if you go over 250 and your client does come away with a table rating of 1 through 4, and they fall under one of these categories on this slide right here, then they will come away with a standard rate class. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this Guaranteed Universal Life, I mean, it's basically a lifelong term product if you want to position it that way. So you do have the option to guarantee a length of that death benefit anywhere from 95 to age 121, and you do get to specify the amount of coverage that you need. And also, the cash out rider that comes automatically with the product is available in the 15th, 20th, and 25th year. And to make the deal even sweeter, the product does come with living benefit riders for terminal, chronic, and critical, and these are free as well. And we also offer a couple different riders on there, and that would include children's term rider and the disabilities waiver premium, but those are optional at issue. And right here, it's talking about the guaranteed coverage period, some pretty basic stuff. For the first 10 years, the policy will not lapse as long as premiums are paid as scheduled. And of course, any policy loans or withdrawals can cause this policy to lapse unless additional payments are made. Also, if you, after the 10-year guarantee period, the built-in no lapse guarantee account does keep that guaranteed death benefit in place. But there are a few stipulations in which that could lapse. That would be as long as the cash value does not fall below 0. Also, the policy can lapse if withdrawals are made, excess withdrawals are made from that product, but no additional premiums are paid back within it to keep it in force. And also, if there are any outstanding loans on the policy at the beginning of the 11th year, that no lapse guarantee account will not prevent lapse. So as I mentioned earlier, you do get to customize this product and how far you want that death benefit to go. We also have annual premiums available, as well as semi-annual, monthly. And also, you get to specify which death benefit you would like to choose for this. And this guaranteed cash out rider, basically these premiums that you paid into the policy, they are returned back to you in that 15th, 20th, and 25th year. That 15th year will be a little bit less compared to the 20th and 25th year, but you do have a portion of that available to you in the 15th year, and these are after-tax premiums that are returned directly back to you. So basically, with this ROP feature on the product, how we look at it is we're going to look at in that 15th year or any anniversary, any of those 3 anniversaries in the 15th, 20th, and 25th year, we are going to look at a percentage of that death benefit, and we're going to look at the percentage of the premiums paid into the product, and we are going to choose the lesser of those 2 accounts. And if they choose to utilize this feature, then they will get the lesser of those 2. And this next slide right here will help break it down for you. $25,000 to $250,000. These policies do qualify for Underwriting Express, as I mentioned earlier, but it also dictates the percentage you are going to have returned back to you as far as premiums in that 15th year. And the death benefit cap is also slightly less for those under 250. So the death benefit cap for 250 and below is 45%, and the premiums that you would have returned to you is 50%. So what we look at, if they choose to use this in the 15th year, is we're going to look at the amount of premiums paid, and the client would have access to 50% of those premiums. Or we will look at the death benefit, 45% of the death benefit, and we choose the lesser of those 2 accounts, and that is what will actually be returned to that client. And once they do this, it does cancel out the policy. So it is a one and done scenario. Now, if you go with a higher death benefit over 250, the deal gets a little bit better. In the 15th year, you could have 65% of those premiums returned to you, and we compare that to 65% of that death benefit. And the same thing, depending on if it's under 250 or over 250, in the 20th and 25th year for both categories, it is 100% of the premiums that we're looking at. Now, the only thing that does change in that regard for policies over 250 is the death benefit cap does increase up to 65%. Now, we're going to run through a quick scenario here, and this is a 65-year-old client with $500,000 worth of coverage. And this is how the numbers would break down. So in the 15th year, let's say this client paid in $202,000 worth of premiums, and he chose to utilize that ROP feature in the 15th year. So as you remember, if it's over 250, then it would be 65% of those premiums paid, compared to if it was under 250, it'd be 50% of those premiums paid into the policy. So since we're dealing with a higher death benefit amount of $500,000, we're going to look at the 65% of those premiums paid, and that would come out to $131,630. And then you look at 65% of that death benefit, which comes out to $325,000, since we do have a $500,000 death benefit, and the premiums paid in at that point would be $131,000. $630 that would be returned to him in that 15th year. Now, if he does not choose to use it in the 15th year, and let's say he wants to wait till the 20th year, at that point in time, he would have paid $270,010 into this product. And let's say he wants to use that ROP feature. In the 20th year, it's 100% of the premiums paid into the product, so that would actually be $270,010 returned back to him. Now, this ROP account, it's not building up any type of interest rate or anything like that. It's a straight premiums paid into the product that are returned back to that customer. Now, if you go into the 25th year, still 100% of the premiums paid into the product. And in this scenario, he had paid a total of $337,513 into this. And as I mentioned earlier, we look at the lesser of the two accounts. A, first account being the premiums paid into the product. B, being a portion of that death benefit. So 100% of the premiums paid in the 25th year is $337,513. We look at the death benefit, 65% of the death benefit, and it comes up to $325,000. So in this situation, we would actually return to him that death benefit amount of $325,000. Just a quick a few things on that ROP feature. As I mentioned previously, it's only available in the 15th, 20th, and 25th year. And that 60-day, there's a 60-day window that begins at that anniversary that begins after that 15th, 20th, or 25th year. So they have 60 days to actually decide if they want to utilize that or not. And this is added to the policy for no additional premium as long as the client is 18 to 70. But if they're over 70, they don't have access to the ROP. Also, this cash out rider, it is available for clients 18 through 70, but if they are rated over table 4, they will not qualify. Now, a few things on that ROP rider, some pretty basic stuff. Now, this will terminate if that annual minimum premium is not paid. Now, if the policy is terminated or surrendered in full, that could also terminate that ROP. And if you wait after that 60-day window on that specific anniversary date, say you're on the 61st day, they will not have access for that anniversary, and they will have to wait for another 5 years till they get to that 20th or 25th year. Also, once that rider does terminate on that product, it cannot be reinstated. And also, as I mentioned earlier, this does have the option to add the disability waiver of stipulated premium. Also, the children's term rider, which goes up to 25 units.
Hey, Mike. I'm not sure if anyone else is just hearing the static. Hello, Mike.
Illness. I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry about that, Mike. You were
Yeah.
past couple slides. You were kind of muffled. It wasn't audible at all. Yeah, that I think that's where that cash out rider slide. I think is where we lost you.
Okay, well, I apologize about that. I think I had bad reception
Okay,
where I'm at right now, so I apologize.
gotcha. No problem.
But yeah, basically, I'll go ahead and run through this slide again. My apologies. Now the ROP feature with this product, basically what we do is look at the lesser of two accounts, and that is the premiums paid within the product. In this particular situation, we are looking at a $500,000 death benefit with, I believe it's a 65-year-old client. And let's say in the 15th year, they decide to use this feature, and they had to pay a total of $202,508 into the product at that time. So what we do, since the face amount is over $250,000, we look at 65% of the premiums paid, which just comes out to $131,630. And then we look at 65% of that death benefit, which comes out to $325,000. And then we choose the lesser of the two, which would be the premiums paid, $131,630, and that's what the client would have returned to them. Now, if the client decides not to utilize this feature in the 15th year, they can go into the 20th year. And at that point, the premiums returned goes to 100%, and the death benefit cap still remains at 65%. So in year 20, you have a client that pays in $270,010. 100% of that comes out to $270,010. Then we look at 65% of that death benefit, which is $325,000. The client would have $270,010 returned to him. Now things get a little bit different once you go farther on down to the 25th year, where you have the same percentage in regard to premiums returned and the same death benefit cap, but at that point in time, the premiums paid into the product will likely supersede whatever that death benefit amount is. In this situation, the 65% of that death benefit will actually be less than the premiums paid into the premium. So in that situation, they would have $325,000. Were you able to hear that, TJ?
Yeah, kind of a little bit in and out. For the most part, it's pretty audible. I was just wondering if maybe it's a mic adjustment issue. There's sometimes where you come in real clear and then kind of fade out. But
okay, all right. How about now?
Yep, you sound great.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now the cash out rider details on this product, it's pretty basic. As you know, you have the 15th, 20th, and 25th year in which to utilize that ROP feature on the product. And then there's that 60-day period that starts after that anniversary. And this feature, the ROP feature, is actually, it does apply for those clients that are 18 to 70. It does not go above that amount. And of course, that cash out benefit can be reduced due to any type of withdrawals from the policy. And this cash out rider may not be available on all substandard rated policies. I believe can't have it for anyone that's rated over the table 4, and they may only qualify for that ROP in that 15th year and not have access to that 20th and 25th year in the product. A few other basics on the ROP feature. Obviously, it will terminate if minimum premium requirements are not met. if the policy is terminated or surrendered in full, or if you go over that 60-day period in which you were to make that decision on if you wanted to utilize that or not. If you go past that 60-day window, then they're going to have to wait till that next anniversary. And once that rider terminates, it cannot be reinstated. Also, I mentioned this earlier, the disability waiver of stipulated premium and the children's term rider are also available to add to this product at issue. And the accelerated benefit riders are also included with the product for chronic, terminal, and critical, but face amounts under $50,000 will only have access to that terminal illness rider. Now, in the past, we had basically all we had was the full acceleration ABR, and this was an all or nothing type scenario in which someone gets sent to the hospital and they got to pay for medical bills. They can utilize the full acceleration and get the biggest bang for their buck, but the downside to that is no more death benefit, and your policy's terminated. Now that we do have partial accelerations available with all of our products, including term and the IUL, and basically this will allow that client to take portions of that death benefit to cover any kind of medical expenses while also keeping a life insurance policy in force. And our ABRs, here are the descriptions for them. And the terminal illness, this is pretty basic stuff. I believe this is the same industry-wide, as that's just if death is expected within 24 months. Critical illness covers 16 different illnesses, and I believe that's on our website that lists those, and I could also send those out to you, TJ, if you need me to. And the chronic illness, that covers 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living, or those clients that experience severe cognitive impairment. And also, if you have a client that is late in paying their premium, we do have a contractual late payment forgiveness program with this, which does allow the client 1 full month to get that premium into us, so we do not lapse the policy. And our signature term product, it's pretty popular out there industry-wide. We're very competitive. That also includes our living benefit riders. And for those clients that you may know that have our signature term product, they can convert that into our signature guaranteed universal life. And there is conversion credits that are available during the first 5 years of that term policy. And they do receive credit for that annual term premium in the year of conversion. Now, as far as illustrations are concerned, we are just about on every platform there is out there. We've really diversified our methods into an ease in which it is to get a quote with us. The picture on the screen here, this is just our basic signature guaranteed UL illustration. You can see the premium outlay and that death benefit and how far you want to design it to go out. And I also recommend once if you do write this product, to have an illustration for a client to sign to send in with that application, because it will become part of the contract. And LPES, that's probably our oldest and well-known platform that we have used. We're slowly replacing that with some new technologies that are currently on our website called Expert Office and Expert Illustrator, where this does allow you to run illustrations while you're on the go. You can run illustrations on your smartphone or your iPad, and we're also on all these different platforms such as WinFlex Web and Vital Quote and iPipeline. And basically, if I mentioned earlier, if you're on the go and you really need a quote, you can run a quick illustration on your iPhone, and instead of actually putting up the full illustration, you can see what the premium outlay would be in those most pivotal years when you're dialing in that guaranteed death benefit. So It shows the premiums to age 95, 100, 105, and 121. So if you're in a rush and you have a client there in front of you that doesn't have much time to talk, you can just basically pull that up and quote what the premiums would be for that guaranteed death benefit to that age. And these premiums do not fluctuate. This is a level premium type scenario. Now this right here, these are some competitive analysis numbers, and this is where we rank compared to our competition. And this is just a full pay or level pay type scenario for a client that with a $500,000 death benefit to age 100, and you can see the age 40 premium and age 45 premium. And onward, we do rank number one as far as how competitive we are with those premiums. And I believe the other carriers that do have this return of premium feature on their product would be Mutual of Omaha, and I believe the other one is AIG and Symetra, if I remember correctly. This chart right here is what I like to call our heat map, and this is where we are the most competitive, usually you're 25 up to 65-year-old. And those green boxes there, where you see the number 1, 2, or 3, that is where we rank for that age band. And we do have the full pay and 10 pay scenarios up here for both male and female, preferred, best, all the way down to standard. Now this is American National's Sgul compared to Mutual of Omaha and AIG. And AIG and Mutual of Omaha, we use them for this example because they do have that ROP feature on their products. And you can see Mutual of Omaha, they do have that cash out provision in the 15th, 20th, and 25th year, while AIG has it available in the 20th and 25th year. And if you remember earlier, as far as the amount of cash that you can have returned to you, over $250,000, we do offer 65% of those premiums paid back to that customer in year 15. And below 250, it's 50% of those premiums paid. Mutual of Omaha in year 15, they only offer 50% of those premiums paid. And the 15th year in AIG does not allow it. And you could also see down at the death benefit caps for 250 and below with us, or bands 1 and 2, it is 45% of that death benefit. And over 250, it's 65% of that death benefit. And Mutual of Omaha and AIG across the board, it's 35% for Mutual of Omaha and 40% for AIG. And this is another scenario, $500,000 for a 50-year-old male. And this is solving to a guaranteed death benefit to age 100. And this is kind of where we stack against everyone else for that 50-year-old standard rating. And you can see where the premium, from a premium standpoint, we're pretty darn competitive. And then in that 15th year, we do offer the most cash out amount amongst everybody out there. Mutual of Omaha coming in second, because I believe they're the only other carrier that actually allows that with their product. And as far as living benefits are concerned, we touched on this quite a bit during this presentation. We do have chronic, critical, and terminal illnesses, all three with this product. And this kind of gives you a side-by-side comparison of who offers it, who doesn't, and who does charge for it. Now, we offer all three, and there's zero cost at issue. You can see some of the other competitors where most do charge for it, and they don't offer a critical illness. So the top reasons to sell this product, I mean, it's pretty simple. From a premium standpoint, we're probably some of the most competitive that you're going to see out there in the industry, especially for those clients age 25 to 65. You guarantee dial in a guaranteed death benefit from age 95 to 121. Just treat it like a lifetime term policy. And also you have those living benefit riders for terminal, chronic, and critical that does allow for partial acceleration. And also that ROP feature, pretty unique, that is available as well in that 15th, 20th, and 25th year. I specifically think it's nice for the client to understand that they do have access down the road. And I really think that feature does play well if somebody's like, for example, gets a mortgage and they want to pay down their mortgage over a period of time, and you have to get life insurance as collateral for that. Let's say they go down and they do pay off that mortgage, and then the client runs into their 25th year on our product, they could just have all the premiums paid that they did for that duration returned back to them. So I believe it is a huge benefit as far as that is concerned. And also if you have a client that, like, let's say you have spouses, probably one sales idea that I like the most, and as far as ROP is concerned, is let's say you put $250,000 on the one spouse, $250,000 on the other, so you have a total of $500,000 for the household. Now, let's say you get down the road to the 15th, 20th, or 25th year. Those spouses do have kids, and let's say junior needs money to go to college. Well, that one of those spouses can cash out their policy and get the premiums returned to them to either pay for college or home renovations or anything they choose, and still keep that other $250,000 in force. And Underwriting Express, this is probably what we are known for, is for those face amounts 250 and below, 65 and younger. Pretty quick underwriting. I see probably 57-60% of these cases go through with a really quick turnaround, as long as nothing comes back on that MIB and script check. Also, with this product only, you do have that table reduction program for those over 250,000 that come in tabled 1 through 4. If they fall on that list of qualifying conditions, you have a shot to be knocked down to a standard. And with that being said, TJ, I just want to open up the questions for anybody out there that or may have some questions.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mike. Just one question so far, and that is availability of the product in the state of New York. Or maybe you could speak to that on a broader scope as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The product is available in New York.
Okay.
It is available there. And also believe we had some ABRs approved there recently. I'll double check, but I want to say terminal and critical got approved there.
Oh, awesome.
For us as well. So,
okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of things going on in New York right now.
For sure.
For sure.
That's good. It's always good to hear. I'll open it up to a few more questions. I'm actually at the same time going to launch a poll here too on whether you'd like more information on today's topic of discussion. I'll go ahead and launch that poll right now. You just click yes or no, and would love to get those answered for you.
Oh, and I apologize for anyone who couldn't hear me during those couple of slides as I was having trouble with my phone. Hopefully,
yeah, no problem. For sure. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for your time as well, Mike. And hopefully we could do it again soon. Maybe for those that missed a little bit, we can revisit the topic. Some really great information shared there. I always learn something from these as well. So good information there. I'll just check here for other questions? Doesn't look like we have any. So that will be the end of our time together today. Again, if you'd like more information, please indicate there on the poll question. You can always reach out to us at 1-800-255-5055. You can ask for myself, TJ, or any of the other life marketers would be more than happy to assist you. Thanks for your attendance today, and we'll see you again soon.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Hey, thank you very much, Mike.
You're welcome.